All right, get ready, because we're doing a dive into Sesame Street today.
Oh, wow.
I know what you're thinking. Big Bird, Elmo cookies.
yeah.
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
But trust me,
Hmm?
we're going to uncover how Sesame Street actually changed television,
Interesting.
education, even society itself.
Wow.
So get ready to have your childhood memories blown wide open, because this is Sesame Street. You've never seen it before.
I'm excited.
So to kick things off,
Yeah.
Sesame Street wasn't just some happy accident.
Right.
It was born in the late 1960s with a very specific mission: to reach kids in underserved communities
Interesting.
who didn't have access to preschool.
So they saw TV as a tool for social good.
Exactly.
That's amazing for the time.
Really revolutionary for the time. Especially back then, educational TV for preschoolers was practically non-existent.
Pretty much.
So the creators of Sesame Street, they were pioneers in a way, bringing in educators and child development experts.
To make a curriculum that was both entertaining and educational.
Oh, wow.
And get this, a groundbreaking study by a researcher named Samuel Ball actually found that watching Sesame Street was just as effective as attending preschool when it came to preparing kids for school.
Wow. So it wasn't just feel-good TV.
No, not at all.
It had real educational impact.
A huge impact.
I remember loving Sesame Street as a kid, but
Of course.
I never realized how intentional they were about the learning.
It's remarkable.
Yeah.
They didn't just throw together some puppets and songs.
Right.
It was meticulously designed to be engaging and impactful. And they didn't shy away from tough topics either.
Now that I remember hearing about, they tackled things like incarceration,
Right.
homelessness, even autism.
Issues that most kids' shows wouldn't touch.
Exactly.
And by addressing these issues head on, often through sensitive and age-appropriate storytelling, Sesame Street helped normalize these conversations
Right.
and foster empathy in young viewers.
I remember there was one episode where Big Bird learns about his friend's father being incarcerated.
Oh, wow.
And it was done so beautifully. Really showed how they tackled complex issues with care.
Absolutely.
So we've got them addressing important social issues.
Yeah.
We've got this solid educational foundation. But what really set Sesame Street apart for me was the way they blended learning with pure fun. The show had this amazing energy, fast-moving action, vibrant visuals.
It never felt like a boring lesson.
No.
And there's a scientific reason for that.
Oh, really?
Research in cognitive psychology shows that humor boosts memory and engagement.
Huh, interesting.
Sesame Street intuitively tapped into this, creating a learning environment that was both effective and enjoyable.
That makes sense.
There's even research showing that kids who watched funny Sesame Street segments retain more information than those who watched segments without humor.
So laughing and learning go hand in hand.
It seems so.
And Sesame Street figured that out way before brain science did.
Right.
And of course,
Yeah.
we can't talk about Sesame Street without talking about the Muppets.
The Muppets.
They're iconic,
Oh, yeah.
relatable, a huge part of what makes the show so engaging.
Absolutely. Even for adults.
Puppets weren't exactly considered mainstream entertainment back then,
No, they weren't.
and Sesame Street really elevated them to a whole new level.
That's right.
That decision to use Muppets wasn't just about being cute and cuddly.
Right.
Puppets have this incredible ability to connect with audiences on an emotional level. They can express complex emotions and make sensitive topics more approachable.
Especially for young children.
Right. They become real friends. You empathize with them. You learn from them. You laugh with them.
Totally. Pure genius.
And speaking of bringing in the big guns, Sesame Street also had some pretty impressive celebrity guest appearances over the years.
Oh, absolutely.
And these appearances weren't just for show.
Right.
They served a dual purpose, attracting viewers and helping to teach. Celebrities like James Earl Jones and Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
They weren't just singing a song and waving goodbye. They were actively involved in teaching concepts, interacting with the Muppets. It's amazing how they seamlessly integrated these big names into the educational content. And speaking of evolution, Sesame Street is still going strong today. But it's definitely adaptive with the times.
Of course.
And it's got a global reach now,
Right.
working in crisis areas and addressing more modern issues like emotional well-being.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, what's striking is that while the format may have changed, shorter episodes, different platforms, Sesame Workshop, the organization behind the show, has remained steadfast in its mission to educate and empower children.
It's a testament to their adaptability
Absolutely.
and their understanding that the needs of children and the world
Right.
are constantly changing.
Amazing work they're doing.
It really is incredible how they've managed to stay relevant for over 5 decades.
I know, it's amazing. It's a testament to their adaptability.
And what else is fascinating?
What's that?
The impact Sesame Street had on PBS.
Oh,
It wasn't just a popular show.
right.
It actually helped shape the identity of public television.
Absolutely. Before Sesame Street, educational television was often perceived as
Yep.
a bit dry and low budget.
Yeah,
Sesame Street changed all that.
really.
It demonstrated that educational programming could be high quality, engaging, and entertaining for the whole family.
It really put PBS on the map, didn't it?
It did.
It became a flagship show for the network
Absolutely.
and even influenced their funding.
Absolutely. Sesame Street was instrumental in attracting viewers to public television and played a crucial role in securing funding for PBS.
There's that famous saying
Oh.
coming for Big Bird, which became a rallying cry against budget cuts public broadcasting.
Such a powerful image.
Isn't it? It
Yeah.
really highlights how deeply ingrained Sesame Street became
Right.
in public perception, almost like a symbol of childhood itself.
It speaks volumes about the show's cultural impact. Sesame Street wasn't just a TV program.
Right.
It was a phenomenon that touched the lives of millions of children and families.
And it continues to do so today, even with all the changes in the media landscape.
Right.
It's amazing to think about how Sesame Street has adapted
Yeah.
to new platforms and technologies while staying true to its core mission.
It's a testament to the enduring power of the show's message and its commitment to reaching children wherever they are. They've evolved from a purely television-based format to having a strong online presence with a website, YouTube channel, social media, and even apps.
They're always one step ahead, anticipating the changing ways kids consume media.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Sesame Street, I think it's clear
Yeah.
that this show
Yeah.
is so much more than just a collection of catchy songs and furry characters.
Absolute.
It's a testament to the power of education,
Yes.
the importance of representation, and the impact that media can have on society.
What I find particularly fascinating is how Sesame Street has managed to stay relevant for over 5 decades,
I know, it's incredible.
constantly evolving, but never loses sight of its core values.
It really is remarkable. And it makes me wonder, given its history of tackling tough topics, what issues do you think Sesame Street should address next
Oh, that's a good question.
to stay relevant to today's kids?
There are certainly many pressing issues facing children today. Perhaps they could delve deeper into the topic of climate change and environmental awareness, or explore the complexities of growing up in a digital age with all its challenges and opportunities.
Those are excellent suggestions.
Thank you.
It'll be interesting to see how Sesame Street continues to evolve and adapt in the years to come. I have no doubt they'll find creative and engaging ways to address these contemporary challenges
For sure.
while remaining true to their mission of educating and empowering children.
Absolutely. I'm confident they'll continue to surprise and delight us.
Yeah.
Just as they have for generations.
And if you're curious to see how Sesame Street is tackling these issues today, I encourage you to check out their work.
Definitely.
They have a fantastic website, a YouTube channel that's bursting with content, and they're active on social media.
They're everywhere.
You can really see how they're staying ahead of the curve and finding new ways to connect with children and families.
It's inspiring to see how they continue to innovate and remain a vital resource for children and families around the world.
So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into Sesame Street.
Wow.
We went from Big Bird and Elmo
Right.
to groundbreaking research and societal impact.
Oh.
Who knew, right? It's amazing how much depth there is to this seemingly simple children's show.
Right.
It's a testament to the power of creativity,
Absolutely.
thoughtful design,
Yeah.
and a genuine commitment to making a difference. I think what surprised me the most
What's that?
was learning about the deliberate intention behind Sesame Street.
Right.
It wasn't just about entertainment.
Right.
They were tackling important social issues, promoting diversity, fostering inclusion way before it became mainstream.
Absolutely. And they did it all
Yeah.
with humor, heart, and a deep understanding
Right.
of how children learn best.
It makes you realize that Sesame Street is so much more than just a show.
It really is.
It's a cultural touchdown,
Yeah.
a symbol of learning and growth, and a reminder that even the most complex issues can be made accessible
Absolutely.
and understandable for young minds.
And it leaves us with a powerful message
What's that?
that media can be a force for good. It can educate, inspire, and empower.
Right.
Sesame Street is a shining example of that.
So the next time you hear that iconic theme song, or you see Big Bird's bright yellow feathers, remember that there's a whole world of impact and innovation behind those beloved characters.
It's a legacy that continues to shape childhoods and inspire generations.
Well, that's our deep dive.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us as we explored the fascinating world of Sesame Street.
Yes, fun.
See you next time.